The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. A demoniac who could not speak was brought to Jesus, and when the demon was driven out, the mute man spoke. The crowds were amazed and said, "Nothing like this has ever been seen in Israel." But the Pharisees said, "He drives out demons by the prince of demons." Jesus went around to all the towns and villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the gospel of the kingdom, and curing every disease and illness. At the sight of the crowds, his heart was moved with pity for them, because they were troubled and abandoned, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is abundant, but the laborers are few. So ask the master of the harvest to send out laborers for his harvest." The Gospel of the Lord. There are three realities we can see in this Holy Gospel, and this is the presence of God, the conversion he is inviting us to have in our lives, and then the mission he is sending us out to announce his gospel. Just look at the history of salvation. We see Moses experiencing the presence of God in the burning bush, right? And then he experienced conversion in his heart, and then he is sent to liberate Israel from slavery. We see St. Paul in the New Testament also. In light, the Lord comes to him, right? The presence of God is in front of St. Paul when he is on his way to Damascus to kill the Christians. And then after he experienced the presence of God, he experienced conversion and then mission, to be apostle, to be missionary. So today the Lord is inviting us to pray to the owner of the land, to pray for this master of the harvest, to send laborers. So if we recognize the presence of God in our lives, we also have this invitation of conversion. And for us, we receive this invitation of conversion, towards conversion in our lives, through the sacraments. And so just thinking yourself, how many of the sacraments we have already? Baptism, confirmation, First Communion, confession, and probably marriage for you and for Father Tom and myself, holy orders. So those are little steps, huge steps towards conversion, if we live them to the fullness in the light of Christ. And then we are sent, because after this Holy Mass, we are going to be sent to the world to announce Jesus' own world and to preach his gospel to our people, to our family, to our friends, and also to live in this experience of the presence of God. So we identify this as Jesus is inviting us to pray for laborers, to go and announce and to convert ourselves to Christ our Lord. And so let us remember throughout this day the words of this gospel. His heart was moved with pity, with compassion for us. And then his presence is with us. And then the mission is given to us to announce his mercy and his love to others.